Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review. Today we're going to be doing a cleanup of sorts, a kind of update on what's been going on in the world of Andrew Cutter. But more or less this video is going to be kind of me giving you guys an update of what's been going on, but also to talk about the comics I'm reading on a weekly basis and give you guys kind of an idea of what's to come, because I'm trying to get more consistent with videos. Obviously, I keep on saying that. It's a little tough because when you're married with a child, a full-time job, and responsibilities, you kind of have to gauge this stuff and figure out exactly what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Certain priorities have to come first, but I do this more or less because I love the interactions with people and having a good time, and I kind of want to get back to doing that regularly. So, a couple things before I start the video off and go into what I've been up to. Number one is if you need to contact me, I got Twitter down there. I'm starting to use Twitter again and use it on a regular basis for the most part. So my Twitter handle's down there, as well as my Facebook. So you can follow me on Facebook. And also down there is a Patreon account. I'm starting up a Patreon, so if you want to support me and basically help me be better at reviewing, because I mean, no one's going to live off of Patreon, but to get maybe better camera, better equipment, maybe do better editing. I don't know. If you want to, that'd be fantastic. But let's get into the nitty-gritty, how things have been going here, what's been going on in Andrewtown. I've been busy at work. Right now we're in kind of our toughest months, January into February, mostly February, because it's the shortest month too. Work has been kind of tough. It's been very, very busy. Had a couple highs, couple lows, couple highs again, kind of panning off. So that's been kind of tough. But hopefully, we go into March, April, and things get a little bit better, which is what we're really gearing for. Everyone's great in the family. My wife is doing fantastic. I love my wife, and my son is growing so fast. He is amazing. He can say mama, dada, kitty, and hello. Pretty awesome for a 17-month-old. Although I don't know what's the gauge of what they should know. Which is kind of funny because I didn't learn how to speak correctly until I was like 3. I mean, I said words, but it was all garbled. So my parents took me to a speech pathologist. And they taught me how to speak better. However, they were also Hispanic. So certain words I say with a Hispanic accent, and I never even realized it. I'm sure you guys probably didn't realize it because I've tried to weed them out, but I was sitting down there with my wife when we first started dating one day, and I'm like, hey, can you pass a banana? And she goes, you mean banana? Because my wife's an English major, so she's got to correct me on everything. And I said that, a banana. She's like, no, banana. And I just look at my mom, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? She's like, you're saying banana. I'm like, okay. She's like, you're saying it like Spanish. I'm like, okay. And then she told me the story. I'm like, how many other words do I say? And she's like, a couple. She told me all the words, and I'm like, why didn't you ever tell me this before? She's like, I thought it was kind of cute. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I've been able to weed out almost all the words except for banana. I still say banana. I can't say banana. I have to say banana. But that's neither here nor there. So family's doing well. Everything's Gucci on that part. As with me, I've been playing a shit ton of Pokemon. Whether it's Pokemon Leaf Green, because I'm redoing that. Whether it's Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Whether it's Pokemon Gold. Whether it's Pokemon Sun and Moon. Your boy's just been cramming that Pokemon. Oh my god, all over me. I just want to Squirtle on your Jigglypuffs. So that's been the primary game that I've been playing because, I mean, there hasn't been really any games out lately that I've really been wanting to get. So until the Switch comes out, where Breath of the Wild basically invades my life, does unforgivable things to me, and then just leaves. But I'm looking forward to the Switch. I have strong, good impressions on the Switch. Not perfect, but strong, good impressions. Been playing a lot of D&D lately. We've just recently made the transition over to 5th edition, so I might actually do a video talking about my thoughts on 5th edition at some point, but not right now. And then been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Super. Oh my god. I love Dragon Ball Super. I kind of kept up to date with it when they were doing the Japanese with the English sub, but now they have the English dub out there. I'm pumped. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I'm really liking Dragon Ball Super a lot. And then other than that, what else has been going on? Not too much more. I'm sure there's a lot more that I'm not thinking about. I've been losing weight, which is good. Going to the gym a lot more, trying to get that muscle mass up, which is important because, I mean, when you get older, let me tell you something. When you get older, it sucks. It's hard to stay in shape. Oh my God. You guys see it. Like, look at a picture of me when I was younger. Skinny face, clean cut, no beard, and I looked skinny. I was in good shape. I had a six-pack, fucking rocking the pecs and chest and everything, and then life hits you with a bunch of curveballs. And, they're good curveballs, but they're still curveballs. So then when you get older, you don't have the metabolism and all that fun jazz. So, yeah. So might as well jump into the nitty-gritty. I've kind of bantered around a little too much. And let's talk about comics I've been reading. So I was debating on what kind of video to put up as a video to get things started. I want to do the getting to know videos because you guys tend to like those, and the next one I'm going to do is probably getting to know Hal Jordan because I believe that's what you guys voted in. But I'm going to save that one because I want to make sure it's good. And then I was thinking maybe I can review some more New 52 Batman stuff, but I also want to hold that off. I kind of wanted to give you guys my impression on comic books right now, in particular Rebirth, because Rebirth has been going on for a while, and when I first came out I gave you my general impressions, but now that we've had time to simmer, that we're in the teens for a lot of the comics, I want to give you my opinions, and in addition to that, I'm also going to do kind of a comparison, where I will talk about a Rebirth title. Let's just take... Teen Titans, and I'll say, like, let's compare Rebirth Teen Titans to New 52 Teen Titans. Which title was better? And I'll give you my opinion on that, and then I'll talk about the other stuff that I've been reading too. So, and I'm recovering from a rodonculous cold. It was so bad I couldn't breathe. I don't think it was bronchitis, but it was bad. I actually had to take work off, which I don't normally do, but it was bad. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but not 100%. So let's get things going. Let's start things off, and we're going to do everything alphabetically. Action Comics. So I might as well bring up the topic of Supes, because Supes is a big topic right now. I'm very in a gray area with Superman, because on one hand, I like the fact that they're bringing Superman back to the idea of, him and Lois. I like the fact he's the father. I mean, don't get me wrong on that, but the thing that bothers me is the fact is who's the true Superman? Is it post-Crisis Superman or New 52 Superman? If it's New 52 Superman, then right now I'm just reading a guy that's not the true Superman, and if it's post-Crisis Superman, then now you're telling me that all the 5 years of Superman, 6 years of Superman stories I was reading, it's all for nothing. And a founding member of the Justice League was just some schmuck, and, I think they're going to merge Superman somehow. So when I talk about Superman, I'm going to try to do it as objectively as I can without it getting too mucky. But Action Comics has been okay. Not the strongest of the Superman titles. I have enjoyed it. The whole Clark Kent doppelganger angle really needs to end, and it seems like they're finally getting to it. I do like the inclusion of Lex. On the whole, if I had to compare it to the New 52, at this point in New 52's career, I would say New 52 was a little bit better than Action Comics Rebirth. But you also had Grant Morrison piloting New 52. So, All-Star Batman, Scott Snyder's. So we just finished Two-Face's story arc, and we're doing Poison Ivy right now. And we had a little Mr. Freeze in there, and it's not. I don't think it's a full Poison Ivy arc. I think it's a one shot. I don't know, but All Star Batman is a great comic. It's Scott Snyder doing what Scott Snyder does best, right? Batman. It's fun. It's inventive. The fact he's using different villains is great. Yeah, I can't really say anything bad about it. It's one of the titles I make a stack of titles, so I make 3 categories. When I get my new comics, I put them into 3 piles. Pile 1 is must-reads right away. Pile 2 are middle tier, stuff that I want to read, but not essential. Then pile 3 is like stuff I'll read before I go to bed. Not big things. So, yeah, also our Batman is always on the top of the tile. Angel, season 11. I have not read the first issue of this. It's only been one issue, so not going to jump into that. Aquaman. Aquaman has been really good. I've especially liked the angles that they've taken with him as King of the Seven Seas. I do think Jeff Johns' New 52 run was better. But Dan Abnett, I believe that's how you say his last name, has been a really good job crafting Aquaman, and I like the concept of Nemo, and I love the stuff going on with Mira, so Aquaman is definitely a must-get. I should also say if these are must-get for people. Batgirl. I am kind of whatever on Batgirl. I actually think it's the weakest, if not one of the weakest titles from Rebirth. And I would definitely say Gal Simo's run on Batgirl and New 52 was superior to this. It's not bad, but it's just not interesting. There's no hook into it. And now she's gone back to Burnside. Nothing wrong with Burnside. Still a little bit of cold. Nothing wrong with Burnside. But I liked her being in Japan and doing something different. But now it's lost its hook, so not feeling it. So I don't think you should get Batgirl. And New 52's Batgirl I think was better. But in saying that, Batgirl and the Bird of Prey is the Batgirl title to get. The Batgirl title to get. Bird of Prey is back to what it is: Barbara, Black Canary, Huntress. Batgirl, Black Canary, and Huntress. So all of them working together. Definitely, I would say Birds of Prey is better in Rebirth than it was in New 52 because it has that relationship synergy, and it's getting better each time. So I would say this is a comic. Is it worth picking up if you're a Batgirl fan? Or then yes, I would say so. It doesn't treat Black Canary as well as some other titles do. Black Canary is good in this, but Black Canary is better in another title, and I'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, it's still a good title. Batman. Batman is really fun. Tom King's done a good job. The first story arc I was kind of lukewarm on. I Am Gotham. But then the I Am Suicide arc was really good. And then just the rooftop stuff with Catwoman, that hooked me. Because you guys all know how I'm a big Catwoman-Batman relationship kind of fucking guy. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love people falling in love. And my boy, Batman, should fall in love. And, him and Catwoman on the rooftops for those two issues was really fucking good. And encompasses their relationship really well. And then going into the I Am Bane arc, it's a really good series of comics. Had a rough start, rocky start, because I don't think I Am Gotham was great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't something to write home to. But it's progressively built off itself, and it's done a good job at that. It has good artists on it, and Tom King has been doing a great job. I would say New 52 Batman was better, but it's still worth getting. Batman Beyond. So I'm a little bit behind, and there's a couple titles I'm behind on because, again, I have my piles. Must-reads, going to reads, stuff I can hold off on. Batman Beyond, I'm relatively caught up. He just got his new Batman Beyond suit. I like the angle where they're bringing the Joker back, and it's good to see Terry back into the suit. The only complaint I have with Batman Beyond is the fact that it's not set in its own universe. It's still dystopia, what-if universe with OMAC, fucking Brother Eye destroying the world and all that shit. If they made this a continuation of the TV show, then I'd be happy, because there is a universe there. If you go by Multiversity, the multiverse of the DC universe Grant Morrison created, or at least updated, there is an Earth for Batman Beyond. So I would have liked to see that. Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle, I am lukewarm on. I like Keith Giffen. I think he does a really good job as a writer. And I think he has a good grasp on the character Ted. Jaime, I'm not feeling as well. And I'm not seeing enough of them together. I want to see them buddy cop kind of situation working together. That's what I want to see, and I'm not seeing enough of that. So that's a little bit bothersome. But what I say is better than pre-New 52. I would say Blue Beetle now is better than New 52, but hey, that's just me. Bob's Burgers ongoing. Yes, I do read Bob's Burgers because I love the fucking show. But I'm so behind on that, so it doesn't matter. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I'm also behind on that. I haven't started reading the new season yet. Captain America, Steve Rogers, I am a little bit behind. I really am getting just kind of bored of him being secret Hydra soldier. I want to see my good old Captain America. I want the fucking circular shield back. And I loved his costume for the original Marvel Now. You know, the toy over there, which you can't see. But I'll point it over. If you notice, I do have my section of comic book stuff. And I do have the miscellaneous Marvel section. If you notice right over there, in the dead center, where my finger's pointing, that is his Marvel Now costume. And I think it's his best version of the costume. And I don't like his new costume. I don't think it's bad, but I'm not a big fan of it. Let's see if we can adjust this. A little bit better. It's good. It's not as good as I think the previous Captain America series that was done when it was Romita Jr. and, oh God, who was writing it? I forget, but that was a good series. Let's move on. Constantine Hellblazer. Kind of lukewarm on this. I'm a big Constantine fan. I do like the fact that they're doing stuff with Swamp Thing, but it's just so dialogue heavy. I think it's better than the previous Constantine series, but not quite as good as the first one that was done by Ray Fox, I think it was. At least since New 52. So I still recommend picking it up because Constantine is awesome. Cyborg has been very fun. Not perfect, but very fun. I do recommend picking it up. I think it is better than the New 52 version, and it is a solid read through and through. Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. Interesting cliffhanger on the last issue. I mean, I like it better than Dark Knight Strikes Again, which is the second story. Not as good as the original Dark Knight. DC Comics Bombshells, I'm behind on. Death of Hawkman is okay, but nothing great. Deathstroke. So, this is an interesting one. Deathstroke is my boy. He's my favorite villain of all time. Because he's kind of a villain, but he's not a villain, but he is a villain. What they're doing with Deathstroke, it takes a while for you to get... Because Christopher Priest, I haven't read anything really from him. His writing style, at least with Deathstroke, takes a while to get used to. But once you get used to it, I mean, it's really good. The first kind of stuff is rough, but now it's just like fucking candy. I hope you guys are enjoying my hat, by the way. I have the big Poppy David Ortiz hat. I would be wearing my Patriots hat after the Super Bowl, but I figured that'd be too much salt on the wound for some of you guys out there. Because, you know, you hear that they're doing a new movie with Tom Brady. It's called Lord of the Rings. But enough of that. I'm not a huge football fan, but it's still pretty cool to see the Patriots win. I know everyone hates the Patriots, but I'm from New England. And I grew up in a time when the Patriots sucked, so this is fucking candy for me. Again, being sick. Detective Comics. On point. I think Detective Comics has been better now than it's been in a long time. Definitely better than the New 52 stuff. I like the team, I like the synergy, and I like the writing. Can't go wrong with Detective Comics. Dr. Fate, I think that's ending, and so far I've been relatively bored on it. Don't bother picking up. Earth 2 Society, that's coming to an end soon. Hopefully they wrap it up well. Has not been good as Earth 2, but it's been okay. I like some of the characters, but I would like Earth 2 to go back to the way it was before Darkseid destroyed it. Flash is another one that the first story arc was kind of rough. With Godspeed, I really wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't getting it. Not that it was hard to get, but I just wasn't feeling it. And then it got better. I think the Rogues Reloaded is a pretty good one. I like the fact that they're using Kid Flash is nice. I would say New 52 is arguably better, but this is it's growing on me. Future Quest, I am behind on. G.I. Joe American Hero, I'm behind on. Gotham Academy, I'm behind on the second semester, but it started off pretty good. I'm about 2 issues in. Green Arrow, now this is one of the great titles from Rebirth. Green Arrow has been on point. It's taken all the elements from the comics, all the elements from the TV show, mashed it together, all the stuff that was good, and makes a fantastic comic. I love all the characters from the main cast of Ollie, Black Canary, Diggle, Imiko, which is Ollie's sister. I mean, it's just a fucking great cast. Awesome artwork, and it's just handling the mythos of Green Arrow so well. Green Lanterns, plural. The first story arc was okay, but it gets better. I really like the buddy cop situation with the Green Lanterns. I really do like how the two of them interact with each other. Simon Paz, Jessica Cruz, really cool team. And I like the Phantom Lantern story that went on. I think there's a lot of potential for this comic. So pick it up. Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps. So this has been really fun. As Green Lantern is going back to the status quo. I would say this is as on par with New 52. I wouldn't say it's better. I wouldn't say it's worse. I would say it's equal, and it's fun to read. I definitely recommend picking this up. Harley Quinn. I am so behind on Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's, oddly enough, I love reading Harley Quinn, but I have to read it at the end of the day. I don't know why. Moving forward, Justice League. Justice League is not as good as it was. New 52 Justice League is arguably one of the best runs of Justice League, next to Grant Morrison's run. Jeff Johns just fucking knocked it out of the ballpark. This has been okay, but it's just not hitting the notes. Plus, the team lineup isn't what I want, and I'm a picky bastard. But yeah, it's okay, but it's not the must-have title. Justice League America, it only has one issue in, but the one issue was fun. Justice League versus Power Rangers was it's 2 issues in. Fun stuff. I enjoy it. It's 2 of my favorite properties going together, and I like to see them fight. Let's see, Midnighter and Apollo. Oh my god, I fucking love this comic. It is so good. Basically, concept is Apollo gets killed, sent to hell, and Midnighter basically goes to hell to get him back. Fucking awesome. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Interesting and fun and enjoyable, and it's candy for any Power Ranger fan. Let's see. Nightwing. I'm enjoying Nightwing, but I enjoyed it up until he went to Bloodhaven. When he went to Bloodhaven, I'm just not feeling it. And maybe it's because I'm just such a big fan of the Bloodhaven stuff that Chuck Dixon did with Torque and with the Bad Nightwing and with fucking Blockbuster. That was good stuff. I want real gritty crime stuff that Nightwing has to deal with. And that would make it good. I would say pound for pound it's probably equal to New 52. About equal. Ravens miniseries, I'm behind on. Red Hood and the Outlaws. I think this is a better Red Hood and the Outlaws than New 52. I like Artemis. I like Red Hood, and I like Bizarro, and I like them all together. The first story arc hooked me, and I mean, I'm not a big Scott Lydell fan, but he's been doing a good job with this character. Scooby Apocalypse, I am behind on. Star Wars, I'm a couple issues behind on. Suicide Squad, far superior to the New 52 version. I am enjoying every issue that comes out. Really doing well by the Suicide Squad team. Next is Super Sons. Hasn't come out yet, but will come out soon. Supergirl. Supergirl is very similar to the TV show, which is a good thing. Excuse me, because the TV show is good. I like the change in atmosphere, direction, tone, and costume. What I don't like is the fact that they're still on the Cyborg Superman story. They need to change that. Superman. Superman has been okay. I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. It is better than New 52 Superman, but New 52 Superman was just meh. So we'll see what happens with it. Superwoman, I hated it in the beginning, but it's starting to grow on me. I don't know what it is about Superwoman that I don't like. Maybe it's because they killed Lois in the first issue. Spoiler. But, I don't know. I don't feel as though Superwoman has as much direction as some of the other comics. And that's the thing. I feel as though it's kind of like let's give all the throwaway stuff to Superwoman and see what happens with it. So, yeah. Teen Titans. Awesome. So much better than the New 52 Teen Titans. So, Rebirth really got it down there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. fantastic as always. Pick up Turtles. If you're not picking up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pick it up. Titans has been fun. I've enjoyed the fact that the team has come together. I like the fact that they're back in their T-Tower. I would like them to explain what the hell's going on with Don Troy. Because, again, Don Troy is now confusing, but it is what it is. Trinity, kind of disappointing. Trinity's art is fantastic. The story, I'm not a huge fan of. And last but not least is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, I have been enjoying. I love some of the changes that they're making. I like that they're doing an origin story. I don't like the fact that the New 52 stuff kind of happened, but it didn't happen. But what is going on? But I don't know which I like better. I think it would be on par. Maybe the New 52 might be a little bit better, but still really good stuff there. So those are generally all the comics that I am reading right now. So what do you guys are reading? What do you like? What do you don't like? I would love to hear, as always. Like I said, if you want to follow me on Twitter or on Facebook, go right down there and just add me, and we'll have a good time. With that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.